Hello there, adventurers, and welcome to Wally DM. Today I have a special guest with me as we talk a little bit about using some outside sources and a little bit of technology to kind of set the mood, maybe roll some dice, and help us out a little bit while we DM a game. Today I'd like to introduce Alexa.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Alexa. Now I think I need to have a beer for this one. Alexa, what's your favorite type of beer?
That would be Guinness.
Guinness. Oh, no kidding. I wasn't expecting that. Alexa, do you like India Pale Ales?
I don't have an opinion on that.
I figured as much. So let's try some questions for you. Now, I believe you can help us roll some dice. So let's try that off first. I'm going to attack a bugbear. Alexa, roll me a 20-sided die.
I rolled a 20-sided die and got 18.
Well, that sounds like a hit. Alexa, roll an 8-sided die.
I rolled an 8-sided die and got 8.
Very nice. 8 points of damage, plus maybe a strength modifier, plus 3. I'll take 11 points on the bugbear. Sounds good. How about for a wizard? We're going to cast Magic Missile. I get 3 of those. Alexa, roll 3 4-sided dice.
I rolled 3 4-sided dice and got 3 and 2 for a total of 8.
Huh, fantastic. Now, we talked earlier about your favorite monster. Alexa, tell me about a Dungeons & Dragons beholder.
The Beholder is a fictional monster in the Dungeons & Dragons fantasy role-playing game. Its appearance is that of a floating orb of flesh with a large mouth, single central eye, and many smaller eye stalks on top with powerful magical abilities. The Beholder is among the most classic of all Dungeons & Dragons monsters, appearing in every edition of the game since 1975.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Alexa, when was White Box Dungeons & Dragons?
Here's something I found on Wikipedia.
Oh, really?
The original Dungeons & Dragons box set by Gary Gygax and Dave Arneson was published by TSR Incorporated in 1974.
Huh. So everything that I've asked Alexa so far is just straight out of her memory banks from her searching the internet and looking around there. But if you have an Alexa, there are things called skills that you can get off of Amazon, and there's quite a few D&D ones. There's actually even adventures on there that you can activate a D&D adventure, and Alexa will run it for you. She will DM an adventure for you. So I don't have that. I don't want to show that off today. I've never downloaded it and tried it. If you've done that before, make sure you leave a comment below. Tell me how it went. It might be something I might do in the future. But what I have downloaded was a skill for some background music. And I've downloaded a skill for Ask the DM, which we're going to try here in just a little bit. Let me unmute our guest, and let's see if we can have some fun. So let's try the Ask the DM app now, or the skill. Now it says on the skill that I can just say, Alexa, ask DM, and then ask my question, but you can also open this skill and then you can ask Alexa anything. It's like opening the book, and you have that book over until you tell her to shut it. But you can just ask simple questions. So let's activate her and see what's going on. Alexa, ask DM, how much does a short sword cost?
10 gold.
That's a little expensive, don't you think? Alexa, ask DM, what is the range of control flames?
60 feet.
Okay. Alexa, ask DM, what's the armor class of leather armor?
11 plus your dexterity modifier.
Cool. Alexa, ask DM, roll a d20 with advantage.
You roll with advantage. Your first roll is 3, and your second roll is 2.
Yeah.
The result of the roll with modifiers is 3.
That sucks. Alexa, ask DM, roll a d20 with disadvantage.
You roll with disadvantage. Your first roll is 2, and your second roll is 19. The result of the roll with modifiers is 2.
Figures as much. Alexa, ask DM, what is the spell Thunderwave?
Each creature in a 15-foot cube from you must make a Constitution save. On a failed save, a creature takes 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed 10 feet away from you. On a success, the creature takes half as much and isn't pushed. When cast using a spell slot of 2nd level or higher, the damage increase is 1d8 per level above first.
Okay, so getting Alexa to work with Ask the DM skill is a little tricky. So I'm hoping that sometime in the future we get just a little bit better Amazon skills to add to Alexa. I'll go ahead and activate the Alexa DM skill. It might be something you might be interested in, but I'll let Alexa explain it for you. Alexa, open DM.
Welcome to Ask the DM. You can ask questions to get information about many of the mechanics in Dungeons and Dragons. For example, you can say things like, "What's the range of fireball?" or "How does blind affect me?" Please ask for help for a detailed explanation of this application. Now, what can I help you with?
Spell, fireball.
Each creature in a 20-foot radius sphere takes 8d6 fire damage on a failed dexterity save, or half as much on a success. What else can I help with?
Alexa, stop.
Goodbye.
Well, goodbye then. Okay, so that's the Ask the GM or Ask the DM skill that you can add to Alexa, and I can tell by running it, I've cut out a lot of my trial and error that it would take a little bit getting used to. So far I found that Alexa can help with die rolls, so you can have her sitting there while you're running a game or while you're playing and say, "Hey Alexa, roll me a d20," and she'll give you a result. So helpful that way. One of the main things that I'm looking for to get help from Alexa is background music. So the next skill that I downloaded is called Dungeon Sounds. Alexa, open Dungeon Sounds.
Upon your command, I will transport your party to any location within the realms. You can say things like, "To the rainy village." Or if you would like to call upon your bard, you may say, "Music" at any time. You may also say, "Help," and I will share with you some of the more popular locations.
Interesting.
I await your command.
Potion Shop.
You may say, "Stop" at any time.
The Dungeon.
You may say, "Stop" at any time.
Definitely could see my adventuring party deep in the dungeon with this in the background. That's pretty cool. Stop. The Tavern.
You may say, "Stop" at any time.
So this skill here is without the music, which I kind of dig. Alexa, stop. Battlefield.
You may say, "Stop" at any time.
Let's see what else we got. Alexa, stop. City Sewer.
You may say, "Stop" at any time.
Awesome. I like it. Alexa, stop.
Thank you for going on an adventure with me today.
And
Visit sexyhackers.com to download a complete list of places I can transport you and your party to.
Sexyhackers.com.
To play again, say, "Alexa, Dungeon Sounds."
This one's called Fantasy RPG Music, and I'll play a couple of the tracks. We don't need to actually interface with the skill, but we can just ask Alexa to play a few. So let's try a couple. Alexa, ask fantasy music to play Fight. Some battle music. Fight to the death! Groovy. Alexa, stop.
Farewell, adventurer.
Farewell. Alexa, ask fantasy music to play Town. Just a really calm... Is that a dog? Just a really calm ambience to play while your adventurers are exploring a town, maybe going shop to shop, something like that. Keep it down maybe a little bit lower. Alexa, volume 4. Nice and quiet. Alexa, stop. Alexa, ask fantasy music to play Cave. Apparently there's a xylophone in the cave. Interesting. Alexa, stop.
Farewell, adventurer.
Farewell. Alexa, play Fantasy Music Tavern. Another round over here! Very nice. Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop.
Farewell, adventurer.
Farewell. Okay, so while Alexa is not exactly user-friendly at this time, she does have some really cool features. Once you get used to giving the proper commands, you've got dungeon sounds or fantasy RPG music. So 2 different skills that you could plug in and have some background. You've got die rolls as long as you speak clearly enough. And you also have some information as far as spells and things from the player's handbook. While there's still a few bugs to work out with her, and I'm sure the technology will get better as we go, and better skills that are developed for people to use, I still think that the background music is probably my primary choice of using Alexa. And that, along with the rolling of the dice, every once in a while I just might want to say, Alexa, roll a d20.
I rolled a 20-sided die and got 4.
Awesome. So that's all I have for you today. I'd like to say thank you to Alexa for joining us. Alexa, thank you.
You bet.
Awesome. And let me know in the comment section below, do you think that she is ready to be a DM tool for your game? And have you used her before? What did you like or didn't like? And is there anything that you'd like to see developed for her in the future? Also, don't forget, if you'd like to know what's coming up on the channel, to be sure to join my Discord server channel. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, I post some things there as well. And if you would, don't forget to share this channel with your friends, like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, on to the next.
On to the next.
Alexa, ask fantasy music to play Night.
Sorry, that track does not exist.
It does, you just can't find it. Alexa, ask fantasy music to play Night. As you roll out your bedroll next to the open flames and start to lay down for the night, you look across the crackling fire and see the bard fixing and tuning a few strings on his lute. The wizard looks a little chilly, pulling her cloak up over, snuggling up a little bit with her spellbook close and wrapped in her arms. The fighter, off about 10 feet, pacing around, looking about, his elven eyes looking for signs of danger. It's been a long day, and you need a long rest. In the morning, you get up and continue your travels. You remember, this is definitely an adventure that you want to share with your friends. If you could subscribe to this experience, you definitely would. You'd love to leave a comment in the discussion area below. And of course, as you drift off to sleep, you just keep thinking about hitting that like button. Tomorrow's a new day and a new video. On to the next.